For those of you who aren't seeing her directly, those of you online, Phyllis is in the house today and she's playing for us. And that was a classical selection to start it out, something a little different for us, a treat. Okay, so as we're gathering this morning, I'm grateful for seeing all of your faces, and for those of you who are online, that you've joined us as well. Would you take a moment to be quiet with me as we pray? God of all goodness, when we think at the dawn of the day to say thank you, without question, the day gets set straight. We know we're in the right frame of mind. We know our consciousness is headed higher, not lower. And so we are grateful that that all brings us a great sense of good from the Creator, from all that is. And so as we talk about receiving our good, we are grateful that we have our part in it. We have our choices to make, and we can make a difference in life for ourselves and those around us. Again, I am grateful for everyone who has joined us this morning, and I say, so it is, amen. So we have an opening song this morning that's recorded. Rest of the time it's Phyllis, but we have one recorded song. Tom, let's go ahead. If you're here in person, I invite you to stand. And where's my drum?
Just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm in the right place. At the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Good morning, all, and welcome to Unity of Payson. We're glad you're all with us, and everybody that's joined us online. And thank you, Donna, for being hostess of online people today. If you are new and you haven't signed up yet for the Monday e-newsletter, letting you know everything that's going on, please stop at the greeter table and they can get you signed up for that. And that includes online. You can always go to unityofpayson.org and sign up there.
I just want to welcome the people that are here online. And so I'm looking at them and I'm welcoming my wife, Donna. Thank you for being host, Donna. Ed Ichek, our president, board president. Frosty is here. Rev J is here, Reverend Julianne Lewis. And we're delighted to have you with us. This is too small, I can't see it. I'm going to have to look over there. Skip is there, and Michael looks like as well. Skip and Michael down in Phoenix, and Jennifer, Marianne, Bobby, Papa John too. Welcome all, and I'll give it back to you, Betty.
It's so nice to have everybody together. Our technology allows us to be online and here in person. And if you are new, the Lady Crafters created some things that are on the greeter table, so feel free to go and pick up a little gift. And so let's say our welcome together. We love you, we appreciate you, we welcome you, and we bless the Christ that you are. Welcome back, guys. We missed you. That was to Earl and Crystal. And now on to gratitudes. So if you're online and have a gratitude, you can put it in the chat and Donna will catch that. And here in person, if you have a gratitude, you can raise your hand. We have the mic out. Oh, Phyllis. Well, that's okay. I can repeat them. Okay, Neil's got it. So if you got a gratitude here in person.
I'm looking for somebody that's grateful.
I think we all kind of live in an attitude.
I see lots of nodding heads. That's good. Anybody want to voice it? Now, we're going to talk today about our thoughts and our words and how powerful our words are. So I'm giving you another chance. A word of thanks, of gratitude. Here we go. So,
For the rain.
Yeah.
And we welcome more of it. That what the air was so fresh and clean.
And Donna, did you start to speak online?
I did. I'm grateful Phyllis is playing music and we can hear it online. Yay-ha!
Well, and I just want to tag on to what Claudia had to say about being grateful for the rain. A long time, I don't know if any of you have read Greg Braden. Some of you might know that name. One of the more forward-thinking people. He lives over in Santa Fe, outside of Santa Fe, New Mexico. And he went with one of the Native American elders to pray for rain when they were going through, well, Southwest has been going through drought for a long time now. And they went up to the tip of the mountain, and so Greg was invited by the Native American, I can't remember his name, to be present when he prayed for rain. And so they get up there, and they're only there for like 5 minutes, and he turns around and says, okay. And Greg goes, that's it? And he goes, yes. And he says, well, how did you do that in 5 minutes? And it has to do with gratitude. It was being grateful for the fact that the rain had already come, and while he had his eyes closed, he was envisioning what it felt to be rained on and to stand in mud. And by the time they walked down the hill, it was raining. So, gratitude.
Great story. Yes,
So,
great story.
absolutely.
We have something in the chat from Skip. Says, Michael and I are so grateful that we have been part of Unity of Payson since 2018. Woo!
Oh, yay.
I got one.
Go ahead.
Okay. I was going to say that we are extremely grateful that our awning was saved when we had all kinds of wind damage and awnings. Thursday night, we had a really bad storm, and there's so much wind damage in this park. It's It's atrocious. And we're just very, very grateful that our awning held up. Very grateful. Thanks.
Yay for sturdy awnings.
Yes.
Okay, and as we move on to prayer and meditation, Unity is founded in affirmative prayer and meditation. And I would have to say probably Myrtle started that more than Charles with her prayer groups. And so we have trained prayer chaplains if you have a prayer need. And on the front table, we have a prayer box if you want to write out a prayer request. If you want one of us to contact you, be sure and put down your either phone number or email that we can get a hold of you. And then during the week, if you have a prayer need, you can always send your request to neil.unityofpayson@gmail.com. So lots of different ways. We hold them sacred, confidential, pray over them for 30 days, and then they get sent on to Silent Unity, where they're prayed over for another 30 days in the prayer tower. And so the theme for August that we are working with is receiving your good. And so is the, thanks, Tom.
Hey, he's down.
Let's all say the affirmation together. We are ready to receive. We stay in the flow of divine goodness. We affirm that good is ours to claim. And just a reminder for everybody online, be sure to mute yourself, and here in person, if you can silence phones, that always helps.
And
Thank you. Break. Give it a minute.
if I can be made co-host, I can help with that.
Okay, great. Earl's already as co-host, so everybody online, please look and mute yourself. Thank you. Okay, and let's see, where was I here? Today's speaker is our own Reverend Neal, and his talk title is Say Yes to Your Yes. And as we prepare for meditation, and I just want to say how grateful we are to have Phyllis here in person and hear her beautiful music. And so Phyllis will be playing for us to prepare for meditation.
Thank you, Phyllis. Our minds and our bodies have been quieted by that music. And it is in quiet that we are inspired. It is in quiet that we have insight. It is in quiet that we have guidance. So as we spend a little more time in the quiet, breathe deeply with me. Be aware of your breath. And another breath. And be here now. Yes is the briefest of words, only 3 letters. But saying yes to the good that would come to us is our part. So as we spend some time in the quiet, I'm going to ask a couple of questions as we contemplate them. What is your true heart's desire? Is it waiting to come to you? Spend some time in the quiet reviewing that, picturing it, feeling it. Your true heart's desire. Then turn slightly and ask yourself, what am I passionate about? What am I passionate about? Not something that you see outside of yourself, but something that comes from within that's uniquely you. What am I passionate about? Spend a minute in the quiet, thinking and being grateful for and excited about the passions that you've been given. And each of us seeks for guidance. We know that we're spirit more than we are body. First spirit, then body. And being spirit, there's a longing, a yearning to know and to act in accordance with and in agreement with the divine, the all that is, the source of everything. Spend a moment. Whatever pops into your mind in terms of guidance for your life, whatever comes there first, spend a minute with that in the silence. And with gratitude, we bring our awareness back to this time and this place. Gratitude for the good that we are prepared to receive. And so it is. Amen. If you had your eyes closed, it's time to open them now. Maybe you will give your fingers to toes. Make sure you're back here. There's a Hindu deity that has the head of an elephant and the 4 arms of a human. Well, I know we mostly don't have 4 arms, but this deity does have 4 arms. Is that familiar to anybody? Ganesha. Well, Ganesha is very important to Hindus. Whenever they're starting on a new venture, it's Ganesh. That person, that divinity that helps them remove all obstacles. Ganesh, the remover of obstacles. And that Ganesh that blesses the mind, that blesses the intellect, that human side of us. And in Ganesh, I love elephants. This elephant-headed, actually I have Ganesh in my bag, but I forgot to get him out. I'll get him out and show him to you later. There's kind of two aspects of Ganesh. One is, if you're familiar with Hindu philosophy at all, you probably know the word Atman. Atman. Representative of the divine spirit, that unchangeable, absolutely firm spirit that controls and works with all things, puts them in order. We'd call that the spiritual side of us. We are fully divine. And then there's Maya. The word for that cosmic sense that we have, that we somehow take to ourselves and shape in our own image, the idea that we are real, that every physical thing that we see and do is the ultimate in reality. And this is where ego enters in, and we know it's not so. And so we look to this remover of obstacles, this encourager for us to take that human side of us and that divine side of us and consciously work with them. I'm missing a page of my message. I got something else in there. So if you, well, I think I am. I'm just going to go on. I'm going to wing it. So we're saying yes to our yes. And today I want to look at that in three different ways. I'm still looking, but it's not there. And that yes is what's going to help us to take the wholeness, the fullness of who we are, and employ that in such a way that we bless the world, yes, but that we're also prepared to receive the gifts of the divine. They are many and unlimited. So the first yes I want to talk about is the yes of the universe, the yes of God, the yes of our source, the yes of spirit. The universe is always saying yes. The source is absolute, the divine, creator God, we might say. From that source, there is all of the energy needed to create anything that we could desire. It's unlimited. That source never stops giving, and it has no limits. And then there is substance. As it were, some intelligent stuff that's there somewhere in the ethers. And that substance is a supply for us that, again, is unlimited. So we look at it from our humanness and we say, yes, the divine is providing, and I, in correlation with that divine, am ready to receive. Let me talk about the yes of the universe. It's absolute. We talk about goodness being the nature of all things working together for good, even though we don't see that. We may see a small picture and we may miss some of the good that's there. But that universe is dispensing always good, offering good. And yet, we don't seem to be on the receiving end sometimes. We miss that. We miss our receiving ability. Why? Because we have obstacles. We have things that come between that us and that good, whatever it is. We have obstacles. Maybe that we've even put there by ourselves. And so the good that the universe would always give us doesn't reach its intended destination, alive within us. So that's my first of 3 yeses. The universe has a yes. So it's our job to say yes to the yes of the universe. We want to get into that a little bit more. A second yes is the yes of the heart. The heart is midway between an upper level of consciousness and a lower level of consciousness. That's the core of our being. We talk about our heart that way, the longings of our heart, or I feel it in my heart, and that's the very core of us. That's the place where we are whole. That humanness and that divine come together and meld in a great wholeness. So the heart must say yes. The heart must get beyond the obstructions or the things in the way and say yes. And here's how the heart does that. Heart does that through we constantly being connected with the guidance of Spirit. When we spend time in quiet here, that's a small time. But I covet for all of you to have a very special time when you are listening to Spirit. Came up in our Saturday Soul Boost yesterday. I think you said it, Earl. Important to listen. We might be out there saying something to the wind, but are we out there listening to the wind as well? Are we listening to the voice of the divine? Guidance, yes, but also there's just things within us that we desire. Not that we just want, not a list of, dear Santa, please give me these things, but a list of some of our own inner making that says, here's what I really want. This comes from within someplace. It's not something I see in the store window and then I want to buy it. It's from within. And it's your heart's desires when they are unearthed, made plain, that are ready and readying us to receive our good. The heart is ready to say yes, plays that key role. I talked also about passions. Some of you just have a passion for something, you don't know where it came from, especially maybe some influences, but it just always stays with you. You have a passion to do something. First time I talked with you, Cal, you talked about music, classical music. And I knew there's a passion in Carl for classical music. And each of you have that. A passion for something. That's the heart. That's the heart. That's the heart saying yes to the good of the universe. But let me go on. There's the yes of thought and word. This is where we really get involved. This is where we make choices. This is where we can do our part to ready ourselves to receive the good of the universe. So, thought. We know, and we've often spoken about how our thought is the forming mechanism. We talked about that intelligent stuff, the substance of the universe. Thought takes that substance of the universe and forms it into something. The chair you're sitting on, anything that you're looking at, that you physically see. But beyond that, it forms within us a consciousness sensitive to, parallel with, and part of the divine. So, those thoughts that we have, they're choices, you know. We have chosen in the past, and we probably continue to choose thought after thought after thought. That's just our pattern of thought. Some of them work for us. A lot of them don't work for us. Old patterns that don't work anymore, that need to be released. So that thought must be prepared to say yes. Have you ever taken time to look at your life, your day? Let's take your day, for example. Look at your day and say, well, now, today, the thoughts I had were 20% this, 40% this, you know, and if you add that up and you look at that, you're going to find out that probably your thoughts don't go in the direction of your desires or your passions. They're just distractions. It's true for me. So those thoughts we choose to change. Didn't say it was easy. Change of thought and habit is work. But would you really receive the overflowing benefit of the good of the divine, the good of the Creator coming to you, your heart's desire, your passions, that guidance, that which you're really drawn to? How does it come to you? Well, your thoughts are a very important part of that. So take note of your thoughts. I challenge you to just take a day where you say, I'm going to kind of be aware. Awareness came up a lot in our Saturday Soul booth yesterday. I'm going to take time to be aware of how I'm thinking. Might even make some notes about it. But take a day and get a sense of where your thought is at. And then begin to say, now, here's one area I can work on. This thought, I can cut that short when it comes up. I can displace that with a thought that's more positive, that goes in the directions that I really want to go. And thought is the precedent to the words that we say. How powerful are words? We've already talked about that. Our words determine our reality to a degree. So, if we're continually saying, I'm sick, the universe will listen and say, yes, you're sick. And you're going to notice a difference when in prayer or in your speaking the word, I am whole, I am healed, I am a part of a healing process. The universe is going to say, yes, you are part of a healing process. That healing may take a different track than you think it might, but healing nonetheless is being attracted to you by those words. We can say negative things to ourselves. We talk to ourselves all the time. That maybe doesn't come out audibly, but I talk to myself all the time. And it's what we say to ourselves that determines how our life shows up in the outer world. I golf sometimes, and I've been with a golf partner who's made a bad shot and said, "What an idiot I am." The universe hears. So when we say to ourselves something negative, when we put ourselves down, when we don't value ourselves as the Creator values us, we come to the place of not getting what we really desire, not receiving that good that we would have. What about what we say to others, the words that we say to others? Oh, there may be some outright criticism or blaming, and I suspect most of you don't do much of that. But there's a lot of under your breath complaining, under your breath blaming somebody else for a problem that they laid on you. How do we talk to others? Do we realize that they're all doing the very best they can with what they have to work with? Do we realize that they're going to make mistakes, but those mistakes are lessons to be learned to move us forward? Can we extend grace to somebody else? How do you talk, well, I spoke about this before, to the wind? When you're just out there and nobody's there, maybe you don't, maybe it's not audible, or maybe you do talk audibly. Are you complaining? Are you saying what's wrong with the world? Are you seeing the clouds? Or are you seeing the sunshine and the rain for that great gratitude? So I think that what we say has great power. We can, in fact, turn and claim by word the gifts that are being given from the divine. So we get to choose our words. I've had a little experiment going with myself for a while, probably a couple years. I've decided that there's one word that's not as positive as I want to say. That word is hope. No, it's not bad. But instead of saying, I hope you're doing well, I hope you're getting over that cold, I hope your financial problem will resolve itself soon, I've chosen to leave that word out of my vocabulary in that regard. And I say, I trust. I trust that you're doing better. I trust that that problem is going to resolve for you. Because I see for that other person and for myself, and I say this to myself, I'm trying to remember to say it for myself, let's put it that way, that positive word gets me further along the track where I really want to go and where I begin to experience my purpose. Do you have some clear aim, purpose in your life? You probably do, but you might not be able to identify it easily. What if you were to take that purpose and put it into a few words and say it daily? Make it part of your practice. I have to admit that I don't say it every day, but I do have what I call a definite chief aim. And that's to communicate truth as I know it, and to do so simply, clearly, and enthusiastically. And if I say that, I suspect that what I do share will have more power. I suspect that what I do say will have more impact on me. And I suspect that it will fall in line with the heart's desires that are there for me. So let's look at it again. The universe is always saying yes. Put that on the side. You got that marked. The universe is always saying yes. Your heart is prone to say yes. Your heart is just waiting for you to let go of the reins a little bit so that your heart's desires, your passions, your guidance can surface in your life. And then the words and the thoughts that you use day in and day out will speed you on their way, on your way. I do have this one. I was going to read it to end at the end. It's a beautiful poem. And I'm not going to give you the whole thing, but I'm going to do some select lines from it. Rudyard Kipling, If. Remember that poem? If you can keep your head when all about you all are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, if you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose, and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose your common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything in it. And so it is.
Thanks, Reverend Neal. Always such a good reminder that we all have gifts to give. And like Phyllis is giving hers this morning, and we have volunteers that give our gifts, give their gifts to us. Earl and Crystal did the yoga class, and Tom's always here with our AV, all of our volunteers. We all give our gifts. And this is the time for tithes and gifts. And so whether it's a physical time and effort that you give, or whether it's a financial gift, we are very grateful for all of it as we give out to the larger community with the Kindness Project or with some of the other donations that the church gives. So we have in the back a basket here in person. If you're online, the slides are up as to how to give. You can always, anytime during the week, and go to unityofpayson.org and go to the donate button. And let's see. We will be having music here in just a minute, some more special music from Phyllis. And during that time, there's plenty of time to give your offering. And so let's say our affirmation together. Freely we give and freely we receive. Allow that flow. And Phyllis, are you ready for our special music? Oh. We will all accept whatever gift you have to offer.
There is sunshine in my soul. If you know of him, if you have any book on the Bible, let's see. I wrote it down on page 30, but I no, that's joyful joy. It's not in this book. It got taken out. I gotta look like that at home. I have to be careful not to send that one. Anyway, this is the solo of Sunshine. So there's Sunshine, and then there's a little medley that goes Joy. Joy, 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 joy. And I don't know if anybody knew words for that.
Oh, and happy music. Thank you so much. Stuff happens in life. You need to just learn to roll with the punches. Oh, and now we have a few announcements. So next week, it's our fifth Sunday, and whenever there's a fifth Sunday, it's a little bit different. We continue on with our August theme of receiving your good, but on the fifth Sunday, we always are self-sourced from the members, speak on different topics. And so if you haven't already been roped into that, Reverend Neal will be speaking to you about it. Yes, roping to follow in the spirit of rodeo season. So, let's see. And so most of these activities are on Zoom. You can always go to unityofpayson.org and go to the Zoom link for all of them, and they're all by a love offering donation. And so we have on Tuesday, August 26th, from 4 to 5 on Zoom, the Renewed Pen, and that's the writers group. And that has been so successful. It's been going for quite a while now. And have the prompts gone out already for?
If anybody wants to get that prompt, they can see me. Oh, I'll tell you what it is. It's what's your favorite season?
Oh, okay. So if you have something you want to write about what your favorite season is, join the Renewed Pen on Tuesday. And next, of course, we have a morning cafe every Saturday morning at 9:30, where Donna leads that, and we go over one of the daily words. Great conversation time. And then we have Saturday Soul Boost, as Neal had referenced, at 4 o'clock on Saturday, also on Zoom, where he throws around ideas for the talk and kind of refines that. And even though it's not on the list, I'm going to mention something else. In the spirit of giving gifts, being as I'm not hardly massaging at all anymore, retired from that, I was looking at what else I wanted to give. And I've always wanted to expand my work in sound healing. And so I'm going to be doing sound bath. And for anybody who isn't aware of what that is, that's, I won't say a silent meditation, a quiet meditation where the bowls are chimed. And there's a little bit of talking at the beginning to help everybody do some breath work and get quiet. You can either do it sitting, you can lie down. And so I'm still at the stage where I'm trying to get feedback from people and to let me know if an afternoon or an evening, I know a lot of people don't want to drive at night. So please see me afterwards and let me know, one, if you're interested in coming, because I just bought 3 new crystal bowls for that. And if you have a preference as to afternoon or evening. Anyway, so that was what I had. Well, let's see. For me, Tuesday doesn't really work. Let's see, Thursday. Most other evenings would work. Afternoons, I have to work around some classes I'm taking at the college. So things like that. So I'm just taking, so give me your feedback as to what works best for you, and I'll try and pick a time that it works for most everybody. So I'm hoping everybody is interested in this. I had the thought when Phyllis was playing that that's a sound healing, and so many, what was that? Oh. Gotcha. Yes. Yeah, my house isn't big enough to have people, because some people like to spread out on a yoga mat and lie down during a sound bath. Other people prefer to sit. So, we have room enough here that we could do both. Anyway, that when Phyllis was playing, that is a sound healing also. The variety of frequencies hits all of the different chakras, and it just rolls through you. And so I think in this time where it's a challenge, with some of the chaos going on in the world, we could either all go swimming in the ocean every day, go walking in the woods, or we could use sound to help ground us again. And especially when you do it with a group of people, you have the advantage of creating a group dynamic, that energy. And so that's what I would hope to create. So, and that's it. And Neil has PS.
So before anything else, we talked about roping. So you've been here most of this month talking about receiving our good. I'm making an invitation for you to share with us a little bit next week, briefly, some of the good that you've experienced that just fills your heart. So I'm looking for examples. If you want to share, let me know, and we're going to kind of work a few people into the schedule, and we're going to hear real life examples of how we were able to receive our good. So talk to me. If you're online, send me an email or a text. Let me know. This is for everybody. So that's coming. But then let me go to this next slide, Tom. We have something we're going to start next week. No, not next week. The following week, the first week in September, called Discovering Our Divine Gifts. We talked about receiving our good this month. We're going to talk about giving our gifts next month. So it was perfect what you had to say, Betty. And so this is a kind of an outline of what that is. And what we're going to do is to take our after service discussion and just elongate it a little bit. So the class, if we want to call it a class, will be about 45 minutes. The service, then a little break for social time, and then back for the class. And we'll do that throughout the month of September. Discovering our divine gifts. I encourage you to let me know anything you'd like to let me know about this, or tell me that you're planning to be here. I'd like to know. Next week we'll have a sign-up sheet, so I have a good idea of how many people will be able to come. But don't miss it. This is good. Donna and I have been working. Donna's going to work with me on this, but we've been working on it already, and I'm excited about it. And so I look forward to that. It's time for the end of our service. We're going to stand together here in person and say the prayer for protection. And then Phyllis is going to play us out, and we're going to kind of get over to the goodies table. If you're online, we are going to have Soul Connection afterwards, so come back in 10 minutes or so, about 10 after the hour, and then we'll begin a discussion of today's message. Soul Connection, we're calling that. Here we go. All ready? To the prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. And the presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you all for being here, both of you online. Get a cup of coffee, come on back. 10 minutes, we'll start that discussion. And here's Phyllis.